have the pleasure to have with us remotely from Microsoft, Marc Mossé, which is the Senior Director for EU Government Affairs. Marc, be our guest even in a different geographic location, but please take the stage.
Thanks. Good morning, everyone. I hope that you can hear me well. Yes, I would have loved to be with you in person, but for today, I'm still quite far from Portugal, but I'm sure that next time I will be with you here. So first of all, I want to thank the organizer for this event and the theme of this event. I have to say that such an event could have not be more timely given the COVID crisis and the unique time we have gone through this last year. And this period of time has shown how connectivity and data are so important for our society and economy, thanks to the connectivity, thanks to the technology, thanks to the data, we have been able to continue to work together, to interact, even if we had to respect some rules in terms of social distance. So this period of time has shown how connectivity and data are crucial for our world. And when we go to the economy, it's clear that every aspect of the European economy relies on free trade and international data flow. And I think that it has been clear during the Portugal presidency that the topic of strategic autonomy is definitively a topic which is looking for striking the balance between the autonomy of the EU and the openness. This is what we have seen along the line, and this event and the topic of this panel is clearly linked to this openness and the need to have a massive investment in terms of digital transition to be sure that EU and Portugal in particular will succeed in the new digital era. And it's clear that now, if we look at the number, and it has been said by all the speakers, we are seeing that today there is about 75 of European companies engaging in data transfer outside of the EU as part of routine economy activity, and with data transfer estimated to contribute to 2.8 trillion to global GDP. So it shows how international connectivity and how we embrace the economy of data is so important, and how we need to ensure this data flow will continue, but will continue in a way that will respect European value. And I think that this is something super important to highlight at this point. We all know that, as I said, our economy is largely dependent of data and technology. This is clear. But to ensure that there is a huge adoption from these technologies, a huge adoption of this new usage that has been described, companies, consumers, citizens, at the same time, are looking for a responsible business model provided by the players, the different stakeholders. And if I may, I would love to go through this journey around connectivity and data through these two aspects. How to build a trustworthy environment for the data world we are in, to ensure that people will adopt in a trustworthy environment this new paradigm, and how to make sure that everybody, every company, from the smaller company to the bigger company, will benefit from this data economy. So let's, in a few words, let's talk a little bit about this responsible business, this trustworthy environment we need to establish. And it goes, as you said, to the policy and regulatory environment. We all know that GDPR, when we talk about data, we immediately consider GDPR. We all know GDPR is now a global standard. And as Microsoft, being the first leading tech company implementing GDPR, whether their data can go outside the EU or not. And this is a choice, which is an important choice from Microsoft, not only to comply with GDPR, but to go a step further to ensure that data will be stored and processed in Europe. This is definitely something as an important step. And we were working on this for core cloud services, Azure, Office 365, Dynamics 365, and this work will be completed by the end of next year. And this announcement was an announcement following the one we have done last November, which is called Defending Your Data. And this announcement was very clear as well to say that we will challenge every government request for an EU public sector or commercial customer personal data from any government over the world where there is a lawful basis for doing so. So just these two examples to show how, from our perspective, it's extremely important, if not crucial, to definitively, through this journey on the digital economy, to ensure that this data can be used and stored and processed in a very compliant manner, in a responsible way. Because again, this is one of the conditions to ensure that citizen, customer, company will go through this journey. And the last point I would love to make, this is the second point, because you have this trustworthy environment. EU data boundary that I mentioned is one of the important pieces of our commitment, but there is another one, which is, to our view, extremely important. This is how we can close the data divide. It's crucial to have a connectivity policy. It's crucial to have a data economy, but we need to ensure that we can close the data divide. And we need to ensure that every organization, no matter how big or small, can benefit from the data economy and artificial intelligence. And I will give you three key points to illustrate our commitment on this, what we call our open data campaign. The first is to consider that only a small number of organizations have access to enough data and data science expertise to build and use, for example, artificial intelligence. To close this divide, the campaign I just mentioned will focus on three main areas. One is adopting a principled approach to opening data. The second one is committing to deeper collaboration with others to open and share data. And three, making it easier to share data. Three simple principles, three pillars we are working on through this open campaign data in order to close this data divide. And now we are committed to launch 20 new data collaboration by 2022. To help seed this collaboration, Microsoft will make data from its social impact initiatives open by default, and explore where data from our sustainability, accessibility, and rural broadband initiative can be built on to solve real-world problems. I don't want to take too much of the time on this panel, and maybe afterwards we'll have the possibility to answer some questions, but I would love to highlight a few points to finish my intervention. The first one is what is extremely important is that we need to continue the cooperation between the European Union and the US to receive and ensure a safe and trustworthy transatlantic data flow. We need also to have a coordinated approach to ensuring that digital technologies are rooted in a green and inclusive recovery. And I will not go in depth, but we have taken very, very strong commitment as Microsoft. It has been discussed a little bit previously, but we have strong commitment in terms of green. We want also to join effort to promote responsible use of technology, including AI and other emerging technologies. It's important also that we agree with the need to regulate specific problems around large gatekeepers platform. And I think it's extremely important because when we talk about the digital transition, the digital transformation, we need to invest and to strengthen digital skills. We have taken, and it will be my conclusion, we have taken an initiative which is called Tech Fit for Europe. And Tech Fit for Europe is definitely based on these pillars: skills, green, responsible technology. This is definitely where we need to invest collectively as a European citizen. It's definitely something I want to see more and more to be sure that EU will succeed in the digital era. We, as tech companies, we must adapt to European rules and values, and not the other way around. We need to adapt. Tech companies should build technologies that meet Europe's needs in terms of privacy, security, safety, building on shared values, trust and cooperation. We firmly believe that to make Europe fit for the digital age, we need to make technology fit for Europe. In doing so, we will closely continue working with all our partners, with all our ecosystem. In Portugal, we are investing a lot to support the startup ecosystem. We signed up a MOU with the Portuguese government. We are really committed to continue this partnership with the European economy. This is part of the DNA of Microsoft. For decades, we have been part of the EU ecosystem in the different member states. We will continue. And it's clear that on what has been discussed today and yesterday, the need to ensure connectivity, international data flow in a trustworthy manner, based on the European shared value, it's crucial that a company such as Microsoft align with this value. And this partnership will be part of this journey. And I want to say again that we will continue to commit and we will continue to work with you. And thank you.